I used to love pies and cakes and ice cream. And when I was working in a warehouse or running around all day long, I was a 200-pound. And that was in 1983. And then I slowly increased. The most I've ever weighed is 260 pounds. And I dropped that for a month. I basically drank water. Yeah. I wound up in a hospital. No, I'm about 230 to 40. Yeah. Sometimes go over, sometimes I go under. I should try to get back to 220. That's called fat belly. Yep, my fat belly. But I can stand up straight and look down and see the tips of my shoes. My belly isn't belly belly. I like to keep it that way. I can fit in my 38 waist. And for an upcoming meeting, I better think about, in a month, I better think about trying for 220 so I can fit in my clothes, my suit. Yeah. You give me a chocolate chip cookie, I want two of them. Do I understand what it is? As a baker, I know what it is. I baked a set of chocolate chip cookies for a that I used to when I was a baker. I would every time I was at a meeting, I would have my little bucket of chocolate chip cookies. And at one meeting, they had a speaker there, and she, oh my God, I've never tasted something so wonderful. Oh, where did you get these? I made them. I'm killed for this. I gotta take this back home with me. Can I get some of these? Well, you can have all of them at the end of the meeting. Yes, they're all yours. Take them back there. Oh my goodness gracious. Could you send me some? No, no. You know why? Because the chocolate chips inside are not your common chocolate chips you get in a box. They are real rich chocolate chips. Big difference. There are different grades of chocolate. These are the better quality chocolate chips. Yeah. But I will eat a whole box of something I'm not supposed to eat. And I do like my chocolate chip cookies. Something about it that is delicious. And I will have them raw. I will have them with a glass of milk. I will have them with a bowl of ice cream, which I'm not supposed to have, but I do like my chocolate chip cookies. Not crushed up, you know, and then a scoop of ice cream. Now I like that. Or chocolate chip cookies and a glass of non-fat milk. Hey, I gotta think of my health. there's also that little thing called diabetes, and that's dangerous. My doctor says, watch yourself, because you're on the verge of getting diabetes, as all my patients are. Watch yourself, because once you get rid of it, it's hard. Once you get it, it's hard to get rid of it. Also, about being fat. Think about it. I'm 250 pounds. Let's say I'm 250 pounds. But there are people who are 300 pounds. And if there's 350 pounds, it's like a sumo wrestler. Now think of this, and I've heard this before. EMTs. They walk into a situation where you got some guy, big, fat guy, who just suffered a heart attack, and the people there are saying, "Save him, save him, save him," and they realize you got a fat slob lying there. That if you, yeah, now you have to move fat slob onto something with wheels on it. And if a person's in the second story of the building, you have to take fat slob and bring it down those stairs without killing yourself. That is why you see a fire engine going behind an EMT truck, because they get 2 to 4 extra people there to keep fat slob on the gurney, bring him down to the wagon. And they make a good decision there. They can make a good, and I've heard this before, he dies. Because then when you take the guy to the hospital, or woman to the hospital, they have to move that around. They have to strain their bodies. And when you go there to a hospital, either you have the big, strong football players moving bodies around, or you have somebody from the Philippines. If it's a woman, she's from the Philippines, and she has to struggle to help move a slob around. Of course, what the hospital does is up the insurance on the guy. Let's give him 140 tests we can give him, so we can bill the insurance company. But still, that's like going into a black hospital and seeing Big Mommy and Big Daddy. Too many Twinkies. Okay, you don't like that comment? It's like finding people that are 6.5 feet tall who are 350 pounds or more, and they're laying there. And the EMT sitting there, they call the guys in from the fire truck, and they basically say, "Yes, sirree, let's bring this guy into our thing." Because they know right now they're going to have to pick up the guy anyway. Living or dead, they have going to have to move the guy into the EMT. So they move the EMT. Then they decide, well, it's going to take 6 or 8 guys in the hospital to move this guy around. Do they play God? Hey, the guy died of a heart attack. That's a murder. No, the guy's dead of a heart attack. But you have to bring him back alive. Maybe. And I've heard this thing before of other people coming into a situation, and the guy's, where do we stick our you know, well, let's give them a shot. Doesn't work. Let's give them electric shock. And the guy doesn't come out because there's too much fat between him and his heart. Right. And you give him a syringe. It's having no effect in it because there's too much fat between, and you're looking for a vein. Can you find a vein? Can you puncture through all that fat? And a lot of people die because, you know, doesn't come up because he's too heavy, he's too fat. And that's the thing. If you want to live, don't become a bowling ball with feet. People don't understand that. You have to be in the situation to understand that just because he's an EMT, he doesn't make it. And one of the reasons he's 350 pounds of blubber, and the electric shots don't do it. The sticking him with a syringe or stimulant doesn't do it. And what are you going to do? You know, it's a decision. Do we really try? Well, we gave him a shot. That doesn't work. Too much blubber. Oh. Of course, COVID-19 is a wholly different situation. You get people who decided not to get their shots. Today, what's 260,000, 270,000 dead bodies. And half of those are the ones who decide not to get their shots because it's their right. And they're, you know, they're 350 pounds, and they're this great big slab of blubber, and they walk in there and wow. And you're trying to keep the person alive. You know, they're on an oxygen mask, and it's hard for the oxygen to get through the system because the guy has everything else working against him. And they say, well, he should have survived. It says, he came in bad shape, and it wasn't the plague. He was in bad shape when he walked through the door. Well, he was wheeled in through the door. And that's one of the things about diseases is that I went in for an operation, and they told me to lose 30 pounds. So I lost 30 pounds. How did I lose 30 pounds? Didn't eat grain, didn't eat bread, didn't eat rice, no sugar drinks, no Coca-Cola, no Diet Cola, drink water. Only eat healthy foods. No chocolate chip cookies, no cake, no pie, no ice cream, no pizza. Oh, God. Yes. Yeah. And fat people get sick. And they get sick a lot. And it is terrible when a child's on type 2 diabetes because he's overweight for his age. And you can blame it on Big Mac, you can blame it on Coca-Cola, you can blame it on soft drink manufacturers, you can blame it on popcorn manufacturers, or potato chip. But actually, the whole thing is, my fat belly is because I didn't watch what I ate.